What's going on, and welcome back to another less than 5 minute gear review and setup. And in this video we're going to be talking about the Fire Force Molle 2 panel that was originally set up for the Flick but can be tailored and adapted to the new Army ATAPS system. Now with that, I have been told by Fire Force that they are going to discontinue this product. Hopefully this video catches their attention and they modify this to be adapted to the ATAPS system and kind of just create essentially a Molle 3 or Molle panel 3 or whatever you want to call it. I do think that this is a huge enhancing piece of equipment for the ATAPS system as well as the Flick, so hopefully this piece of equipment sticks around. And for those of the guys and gals that are out there that are using the ATAPS system, you can purchase this and set it up on your kit. So without further ado, I'm going to just dive right into it, talk about the panel itself, and then talk about the configure piece when it comes to configuring this little guy to the ATAPS system. Configuration to the Flick is similar, but I'll do a separate video for that in the future. So with that, this guy's going to cost you about 25 bucks. Right now it only is coming in black, but in the past they have had multicam, ACU, and I believe Coyote Brown. So you do have some options as far as what different camo and color patterns that are out there. Hopefully if they make a third version of this panel for the ATAPS, you'll get all of those options. But right now it only is in black, and that's pretty much the last of their inventory. Construction wise, it's pretty simple and straightforward. You got this pretty robust mesh. You have all of your Molle on the outside of this. You do have a Velcro opening here at the top to be able to throw small flat items inside of that, so you do have a little bit of a bag capability, and then the back is just your mesh. For the Flick system, you do have these two side sliders, but you won't be needing those for this setup. And then you do have your top straps and your bottom straps. So that's really it when it comes down to it. It is very simple and straightforward. As far as the construction and everything goes, this thing is really, really well put together, and I really hope that they keep this around. With that, when it comes to the setup of the ATAPS with this guy, it is going to be a little tight, I guess you could say. It's not perfect, but you can get it definitely very close to, a very comfortable fit where it won't interfere with anything. So with that, when it comes to setting this guy up, you are going to have to unweave your back straps from the shoulder portions of the ATAPS systems from these little adjustment cams. So once you get these detached from the top there, I would just roll these up neatly, 550 cord, tie them down, use duct tape or 100-mile-an-hour tape, whatever you want to do to help stow these. Just stow these and have these out of the way. You won't need them, so I would just recommend just getting them out of the way completely. One way you can definitely do that is wrap it from the top all the way around the back side of the mesh, and then run it through the Molle on the back here, just on the interior, so that way it's out of the way. And then if you want to cover it up with a pouch, you can do that. That's one way, but typically in the past I've only rolled everything up and then simply 100-mile-an-hour taped or electrical taped it together so that way it would stay together. So that's the way you can take care of all that stuff. With that, when it comes to adding these to the top, you are going to have to give yourself a little bit of room because these do not line up perfectly. They're close, but they're not perfect. So with that, when it comes to your little cam or your adjustment piece right here, you're going to go through the top one first and then the bottom one from the inside and then out. So from the inside out, and then you'll pull that pretty close to all the way tight, but I would give yourself just a little bit, maybe a ½ inch of space in between the middle of this and the top of the panel, and then just run your extra strap through all of the Molle on the actual system itself. So that way it's neatly tucked away, it doesn't get in the way, and everything stays exactly where it needs to be, but then it's still easy to make any adjustments that you may need. Same thing on the other side, from the inside top to the bottom. Cinch this down. Get it close, but give yourself about that ½ inch so that way you have some room to play, and then just stow all of this. Alright, so that part is complete, and that's what that will look like up here at the top on the shoulders. If you need to lengthen it or shorten it due to your body height and size, by all means, you definitely can do that. It's pretty simple and straightforward. For the bottom half, all you have to do is find some gear that has, or slings that have these small little sliders, or just, you know, gear tie type things. There are other versions of this, but these little plastic ones will do fine. I find them on slings and kit all over the place, so I just kind of salvage them from that. What you'll do with this, and granted, depending on your body size, like this may be a little tight or it may be a little loose. It's just going to depend. For smaller guys, and me being a smaller guy, this is definitely is pretty close to almost becoming too loose when it comes to the backside. So with body armor, I don't think there would be any issues, but if, you know, guys are smaller than like 5'7", 5'8", you're definitely going to probably run into some sizing issues. So just food for thought when it comes to that. But when it comes to attaching this guy to the bottom half, all you're going to do is run these bottom straps through the Molle loops that your buckles are set up on, or just one Molle in from either end of the actual back panel that you see here. From here, I'm going to take these little sliders. I'm going to go from the top over and then through the bottom like so, and then I'm just going to pull those up in between the Molle there, because that's how you're going to end up tying all of that down and locking this into place. Same on the other side. Get that in position, and then you'll simply just grab that extra strap, pull it through the Molle, and then you will end up passing it back through that little slider. And then from there, you can just tuck your excess into the Molle above that, and that will lock that in place, so that way it doesn't move on you and secures that little panel in place. So that's that side. Same with this side over here. Tighten all that up, and then just roll this up and tuck that into that Molle section right there. And that pretty much completes setting this whole ATAPS system up with a small Molle panel to allow you to be able to run different size packs and extra equipment that you may want to run, and enhance the overall system's ability to do more. So if you really want to get interesting with it, you could definitely purchase zipper panels, say from Cry Precision or Tier Tactical. You could buy those zipper panel attachments that will go through the Molle, and then throw different types of panels on there, especially if you're doing airborne stuff and you don't want to run a pack or whatever the case may be. I would probably just run that honestly on the plate carrier and just set up all my kit on the plate carrier. But if you want to run that on here, that is another option in substitute of some of the different like Eagle Industry map packs or the Beaver Tails or some of the tag mission sustainment packs that are out there. So with that, if you have any questions, that really sums this whole thing up. Like I said, I definitely think this is a very enhancing piece of equipment for only 25 bucks. I think it definitely enhances this overall system to really do a lot more and get more out of just a piece of Army issued equipment or military issued equipment. So with that, if you have any questions, please feel free and leave a comment. We'll help you out with those questions. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.